All right, so usually I say that we're long overdue for this conversation, but with you, I didn't think it would happen so soon. You've been in the mentorship for what, a month?
Yeah, it's like maybe 33 days now.
Yeah, that's fucking insane. But yeah, just for everybody that doesn't know you, tell them who you are, what you do, what you did before, and how much you ended up making in your first month.
Yeah, hi, I'm John. Before I got here, I was unemployed. I had left my job as a regional director for like Home Depot, and before that, I had dropped out of college. Um, I hadn't really made any real money, and the money that I had made, I had worked really hard for. And I kind of fell into finding David, finding this mentorship. And, I could have never really imagined that I would have made the amount of money that I did. But in my very first month, I made 14 grand off of TikTok Shop. And that wasn't with like two or three or four accounts, it was with one, you know? And in reality, it only took my first, what was it? It was day three, I had made my first
Yeah,
$100, and day five, it
it's
was
fucking
it was
insane.
200. Yeah. So, it was truly a blessing to have found this place. My life has 180'd in a month. I can't imagine where I'm going to be in 2 or 3 months with this group of
But
people.
I think it is worth it to include that you're probably one of the hardest workers that I've ever seen. A lot of people like this business model for the sake of, it only takes an hour or two a day, so that's exactly what I'm gonna do. You saw that your inputs directly match the outputs. You saw that I put in an hour, I get this much out. It doesn't mean I only get to put in this many hours. That means I get to put in more hours so I can get more out, which I think a lot of people don't approach it with that mindset. So, just realistically, how long do you think you're spending on this every single day?
I think I could do the same amount of, I think I could do 2 to 3 hours a day
Hmm.
and get the same amount of money that I'm making.
Yeah.
But the amount of time that I put in is significantly more. I'm spending like 6, 7, 8 hours a day because I want to take the next steps to scale. I'm trying to capitalize on the opportunity that you've granted me. Of course, you could get the taste, make the 4, 5, 6 grand a month. Super easy doing the 2 to 3 hours a day, right? And just leave it there. But that's not what you've offered us here. Honestly, you give away that free information on your YouTube so graciously as it is. What you offer here is taking it to the next step, truly becoming free, doing the 15K a month, the 20K a month, and that takes the extra little step, and it's worth doing. I believe, like, I mean, I'm super grateful that you said that I'm one of the hardest workers that or at least here. But honestly, I feel like if anybody gets the taste of freedom that you've provided me, they'll be just as well motivated, if not more, to work the same amount of hours and time that I have.
There you go. You're also, I haven't said this before. You're very well spoken. But
The regional director position, had to learn how to talk to people and manage them. So
there you go. But oh, again, yeah, a lot of people they just don't have the motivation. They don't have the hunger to actually scale this thing. So even when I give them the free information, they assume that there's still something more behind the paywall that they're missing to make anything right. So they don't even take action. My hope goal with giving everything away for free on the YouTube. Like, if you're watching this video, you can literally go to the other videos on this channel, watch the fucking free guides. The information is there. My goal is for people to go out there, make their first few $100s, make their first few thousand, and then come to me when you want to scale, right? Obviously, John came from zero, and I'm glad he did because we taught him the right things from the beginning, but also that's kind of not the intention of the content. But you fucking executed and you're here. My question for you is, other than the hard work and just putting in a lot of time, what do you think you did differently that some of the other people in the community they're not doing? Because again, you had a very quick start. You made $100 in your first couple of days in a single day, and I don't think you dropped below that ever.
I didn't drop below that ever since I hit the $100 day, and I'll get to the question in a second. But ever since I hit that $100 day, I've been gradually going up and up and up until before it was on day 20 or day 21, I got an $850 day,
Holy shit.
right? And that was because, you guys had told us that, we should capitalize on Easter products. And I had
Yeah.
also found another viral product, and they both went off at the same time, right? So got very fortunate with that, but that's the whole thing that you're teaching us to play here. It's optimizing luck, optimizing our chances to win. And I just happened to win twice. But I mean, I've been steadily pacing 450 to 550 every single day on the one account since then, and it's never really going to drop below that because I'm just going to keep doing the same stuff
There you
over and
go.
over again, but to answer your question about what you think I'm doing differently, I think it goes back to one of the very first things you complimented me on was we were in one of the group calls that we do. It was either a mindset call or one of the beginner calls
Hmm.
that we do at night. And you had mentioned that I had made X amount of money on Y day. And you'd said that your favorite thing about me wasn't the fact that I grew so quickly, it was that I didn't ask any questions, I just did,
Yep.
right? You handed us everything we needed to, right? I've heard it be said before. I'm handing you a 100K salary on like a silver platter type of thing. You handed that to me just like you did everybody else. And I took it and I ran with it and I did what I needed to do. I didn't really ask any questions. The only time I asked questions was to figure out the next steps. I don't know what to do now. I
Hmm.
need to scale because
Exactly.
I've obviously figured it out. But to actually get from 0 to 10K, I didn't need to ask any questions. It was just right there. And I think that's what separates me. It's not the fact that I didn't ask questions, it's that there are other people that come in here and they have it handed to them and they still feel like it's a gimmick, like they're asking all these questions, but they don't need to. Just post the videos. That's all you need to do.
There you
If
go.
you do that, you'll make the money.
And I think that's a something that a lot of people just can't fucking understand. Like that is how you win in anything. You just do. And you figure it out as you go. Obviously, that's what I'm here for, to help you figure it out along the way. But we have people like, I'm gonna fucking say names. Like for example, Brennan. I'm recording a video with him today because he's finally making money. He's finally doing amazing. We're also doing a testimonial, but he was asking me about how taxes work, about how withdrawals work, about just different things that had absolutely nothing to do with where he was at. He hadn't posted his first video. I'm like, bro, just act, just post. And
Yeah.
after yelling at him enough, he finally did. And guess what? He started fucking hitting $500 days. Surprise, surprise.
Yeah.
So,
Now you can worry about the taxes because you actually have the money to be taxed, right?
like, people worry
And
about way too many things without actually doing. And I think you did have a good amount of questions in the beginning when you first joined, if I'm not wrong. But we told you to just do, and you did. Because of what a lot of people do, especially with this business model, because it's so simple, because there are so little elements that go into it, unlike something like, for example, say e-commerce, Amazon, whatever the fuck, right? There's a lot of mental masturbation that goes into it because you're like, okay, this is really all I need to do. And when you do it for a week, you're like, okay, well, this is boring. I'm just doing the same thing over and over and over every single day. So you start instead thinking, how do I make shit better? But then you just do unnecessary shit and you stop doing what got you there in the first place. I think he fell into
yeah.
that a little bit as well, of just trying to like, how
Hmm.
can I make this better? How can I make this as good as possible? Instead of that, it's like that's not what you did to get here in the first place. You just did. Now, how can you do more of this? So,
Yeah.
kind of following that, what are the plans for scaling?
The plans for scaling, I've already tried doing the second account. I'm still going to do a second and a third and a
Yep.
fourth, right? Do the VA system.
Yep.
But, you know, definitely lost the honeymoon phase with the one ban I got from that
Yep.
account, right? Just got swooped away from me.
Yeah.
But the thing is,
Part of the game.
yeah, it's part of the game, right? And I made the capital to go and fund other accounts so quickly that, I'd be a fool to not go and build a second account. So I am, right? I'm building a second account right now, which is another thing you've taught me how to do. So, building that second account, will go and get a third and a fourth. And then once I have those up to 100, $200 by myself, because I want to make sure that it's firm myself rather than just immediately pitching it off to a
Yep.
VA, even though I could. Once that's done, then I give it to the VA. They just make it for me after that. I just pick the products. Maybe not even do that, because You got other things, you got different plans. You have it so that VAs could do the whole process for me, and all I have to do
Yeah,
is pay them. You
there you
know,
go.
so but I would like to keep my roots to it because I don't want to take my finger off the pulse, if you will, so that I know what products are winning at all times. I'm not just completely trusting it to
Yeah,
somebody else. But that's a
100%.
personal
Yeah,
preference.
I say this to everybody. Like, even though a VA can do a lot for you, I still don't think you should take yourself fully out of the business at the end of the day. Like, you should still be
Yeah.
running it. You should still know what the fuck is going on. You should still be overlooking absolutely everything. But just going back to you saying you plan on like getting it up to $100, $200 days. You did that shit fast as hell on your first account. You got up to $100 day in like 5 days. I think we already said that. But kind of break down your process of exactly what you do and what the I guess copy and paste strategy is that you would do between every single account to let's say get to those moods couple $100 days. Like
Easy.
from finding the product to having your video posted.
100%. I can do all of that. So first and foremost, um, all of the methods that we're taught in here for research, I utilize all of them. I don't just use one, I diversify how I find my products, right?
Okay.
Because if one day the 200 method's not working,
Mm-hmm.
then I lose value on that singular day,
Yeah.
right? Or multiple days. It's going to ruin my volume and it's going to make my profits more volatile. So if I have diversified portfolio with how I do my research, then I can have a diversified and less volatile cash flow on my accounts every single day. Now, same thing
It's
goes
so
for
funny. Sorry to
diversification.
interrupt. It's
Huh?
so funny. You're speaking like a multi-million dollar investor talking about his big portfolio. We're just talking about little affiliate products. It's so funny. I
I don't
love it.
know what to
I
tell
love
you,
it,
man.
bro.
You've
I
given me
love
the
it. I
mindset.
love
A lot of
it.
things come with freedom, with mental freedom, including my grandiose sense of myself now.
There you go.
Um, you know, but back to what I was saying, when it comes to diversification, it's not just with the way I find the products, it's also the products that I'm choosing in general. I feel, and you might go against this, but my contrarian belief with this is that in bottom of funnel, you don't need a niche. Like so many other things,
You
you
don't.
do need a niche. In bottom of funnel, you don't. Attack whatever's winning. If you're gonna pick a niche, pick winning products as your niche. That's it,
There you
right?
go.
And if I can be diversified with shoes, gym equipment, furniture, supplements, beauty, tech, right? All of those different things, I don't have to be worried that shoes aren't selling today. I have a bunch of other niche down products that are going to work for me during the summer or spring. I know that furniture and like redecoration of your house products are going to do really well, but they won't do well during like the winter, right? So what? Who cares? I can get the supplements and the beauty products because that's when people are going to be working out and trying to make themselves look better because it's the holidays and they're also trying to get ready for the next year's like summer and spring cycles. So being diverse with your research method and products is definitely numero uno on my priority
I'm
list of
gonna
what to do.
I'm gonna use that as a line in the future. If you want to pick a niche, pick winning products. Or what'd you
That's
say?
perfectly fine. But
Say that line again.
the only niche you should be choosing for bottom of funnel is winning
There you
products.
fucking go. I love that.
Yeah, yeah. Second is outside of being diverse and picking winning products is making sure that you are being consistent with volume. TikTok, like almost every other platform, rewards consistency, right? The only platform I don't know that if it rewards consistency is like Facebook, but who uses Facebook, right? TikTok for sure, though, they love people that they can rely upon. Same thing goes for bottom of funnel. And if you can not only be consistent, but also have high volume, you're going to win because you're not making your bulk amount of sales off of the products you posted today or just yesterday. You're making your sales based off of what you posted 3, 4, 5 days ago. And if you've been doing this for 3, 4 months, right, you're getting stray sales from 5 videos from each week. So you're getting at least 30 to 40 sales without doing anything. You're
And
making 200, 300 bucks before you
it's
wake up.
pretty much passive income. Like Brennan, for example, he was scared that his account is gonna get banned, so he stopped posting. He was still hitting anywhere from like $1 to $500 days consistently without posting for like 2 or 3 weeks. It was. It's pretty
It's
much
crazy
passive
that you
income
mentioned
onto the
that.
runs.
When my second account got banned, if you don't know what happens when your account gets banned, most of the time, not all the time, but most of the time when you get banned, you lose your product links on all of your videos, right? That means nobody can click on a product from your video and then buy something. I was still making sales on that account. Think about that. Think about the fact that nobody could buy something from my videos and my account was still making sales. That's how passive it
That
is.
means
And that's
you're.
because
That means
people have
people
stuff
already
in
had it.
carts.
Yep. There you go.
It's like I had guaranteed sales days and days and days in advance. I logged out of the account today, a week and a half after the account got banned. I still had two sales in there, which is not a lot, but the fact that it was doing that is crazy, right? So, like you said, it's passive income. Although you shouldn't let this like your account
Be
lie and
positive.
just
Yeah.
stop posting on it, you'd have to be an idiot to do
Bro,
that.
like 2 years
But
ago, I went on this crazy run with these air fresheners. I was like the
mhm,
number one creator for them for so long. I still have access to my old account. Every time I log on, I still sell a couple every week. It's been 2 years and that account's been banned.
yeah,
So,
back to what you were saying when it comes to mental masturbation and people trying to make it harder than it is. It makes sense why people try to make it harder than it is. Everything else in life, one of the things that you taught me that was completely unrelated to TikTok is that life isn't a battle, it's a game, right? It's so hard to mentally change from thinking life is a battle because everything's so hard and it's so unrewarding despite how hard it is. You come here and it gets completely flipped on its head because you've taught people that it's a game and you do so low effort and make such great reward. It doesn't feel real. It feels like there's a catch, right? But there isn't. The only catch is that you have to have the balls to invest in yourself. Once you make that leap, the future is yours. All you have to do is lock in for 2 to 3 hours a day minimum. That's it.
question for you. How difficult was that choice for you in the beginning when you hopped on the initial call of actually going through with it and investing in yourself?
It's really funny that you asked that because I had thought about joining other mentorships
Hmm.
before I got to you, but I didn't get closed, obviously, and that was because they were trying to close me. I was a sale. With a lot of these courses, right, which this isn't, it's a mentorship. There's one-on-one peer review and like hand holding in this whole process. With them, where it's a course, they're not succeeding off of what they're teaching. That's not the method. The method is me. I'm the method. I'm how they make their money, right? I'm the sale. So when I get into those calls, it's not about money, but it is, right? The second I say I can't pay the whole thing up front, see ya, right? Wouldn't want to be ya. When I got into this, the last thing we talked about was money. You're the guy that was doing the interview for me, great guy, but he had mentioned that because I had mentioned that I was in a tough financial position. He said, listen, we don't want to put you in a like the first thing he said was we don't want to put you in a position where you are going to be struggling to pay, right? Here's the minimum that we're going to do just so we know that you at least have the money to buy like the credits to do the AI portion of this whole, you know, career path.
Yeah.
And I got in doing the lowest amount. And you know what's the best part? Like I said, I made 14K in 30 days, right? David, have you come and pinched me for the rest of the money?
You'll pay, wait, you'll pay when you're ready. I could
You
give two
haven't.
shits.
Yeah, exactly. You haven't come to pinch me for just because I have it doesn't mean you're coming for it. I'm still paying in the increments that I signed up for, which was the minimum, right? So, and it's very small. So, honestly, the thing that closed me was the fact that it was real people trying to help other real people that had gone from point A to point B, trying to help the people that are still stuck at point A. Where everybody else was trying to convince you that they had made it to point B, but in reality, They're just taking your chance to get there so that they can get there themselves.
It's really funny. What a lot of people don't understand about business is LTV, lifetime value. They want to get as
Hmm.
much money out of you as fast as possible, and then don't give a shit about fulfillment. I'm so confident in the fulfillment that we have and the system that we have that I just focus on the LTV, the lifetime value. Your lifetime value with me is going to be way higher than that initial investment because right now, for example, I said we created the automation. I'm going to let you use it for a little bit and see if it's good. And if we create a subscription based model, you're going to want to use it and you're going to buy from me because why? You trust me. You fucking like me at this point. And that is the
Hmm.
relationship I have with every single client. Every single client's LTV is going to be way higher with me. And that's how you do business. You build real relationships. I could give two shits about shaking you for any pennies you have in a moment, and then just forgetting about you and being called a scammer in the long term, because that's how a lot of these gurus and course sellers end up going in a crazy run for a year and then just dying off. This what we built here is a real sustainable business, and that is why I tell people like, if you are not gonna put in the work, if you're not gonna fucking join, there is literally, I don't want you here. I genuinely don't. We've turned people away that have the money because, okay, sure, you pay the money up front right now, but then you're going to be useless down the line because you're just going to quit in 2 days. You know what I mean? And we're never going to talk to you ever again. Which is why we try to bring in people like you and everybody that's watching this. If you're on the verge of joining or even doing TikTok shop, be more like John. This right here is what gets results. So,
Yeah.
I
Man,
mean,
it's easier than you think. You just got to believe in yourself. I'm being like these people already they don't even know you. He doesn't know my middle name, right? He doesn't know the day I was born, but
submit.
he believes in me, Smith, hence why I'm here, right? And I know I sound like super preachy, but honestly, it's because I cannot articulate to you enough. I cannot implore you enough to take the leap, man. Oh, or girl, it doesn't matter who you are, where you're from, how old you are, right? If you aren't willing to believe in yourself, nobody else is going to. These guys will still believe in you, right? Because they got hearts of gold, but they shouldn't. Because if you don't believe in yourself, honestly, not to be offensive, but just put the fries in the bag, honestly, at this point, you know. But if you can just, even for one day, believe in yourself, get into the mentorship, show them that you have the grit, the desire to break free, and to be cliche, break out of the matrix. You come in here, it'll happen overnight. It'll happen overnight.
And
It's
it's
instantaneous.
funny because I really, really do my best to tell people that it doesn't happen overnight, just so they'll come in here with that mindset. But the truth is, when you come in with the mindset that it doesn't, it does.
It's like I mean I'm the proof is right here. I am the pudding. I can't 3 days, $100. 3 days, 5 days, 260. Day
Bro,
20, 850. What are
bro
we talking
remembers
about?
the exact numbers too. That's crazy. And I appreciate the
That's
words
about
earlier,
it.
John. I guess I'll close this off with just asking you any goals for the future, just lifestyle wise, not scaling, but you planning on buying anything? Like, how will your lifestyle change now that I guess you're not pinching pennies anymore and you have the freedom of making not fuck you money quite yet, but it's not bad.
Yeah. Um, I hope my girlfriend doesn't see this.
We'll
But
make sure to block her.
the one thing that I'm going to splurge on isn't the car. It's not necessarily the house, but it's the whole roadmap to a proposal. Something that I was worried I wouldn't be enabled to do, or at least do at the level I believe my girlfriend deserves, right? Was engage her, do it at the right place, at the right time, with the right, flair, and then bring her back to a home. I didn't think I was ever going to be able to do that. And if I did, it would be years and years and years ahead where she had already become distrusting, didn't believe that I'd be able to do it. And when I did get on one knee, it would be with a tiny diamond in a shitty place, bringing her back to a crappy home. Now I'm honestly concerned that I'm going to be buying her a huge ring tomorrow, that the next day I could have gotten a ring twice as big, right? But honestly, it'd be too big for her hand. Like that's literally concern is what's too big to put on her finger, right? Is the place that we're going to be in the best place for pictures? Because if it's not, I can pay for the place that's going to be the best. Just to put in perspective, $20,000 trip is a real tangible goal for me. It's not even a goal anymore. I've achieved it. I have the whole thing itemized and ready to go, right? The only thing that I have to do at the end of this is buy the home. And on top of that, I've been taught that I shouldn't just go and buy the home, splurge on a house that's crazy. I should reinvest it. I should make it a house that's going to be
Bro,
something that could
smart.
put more money in my pocket, right? So, you're not just getting value. Like I keep coming back to this whole mentorship, but you're not just getting value with the TikTok. If anything, it's really just a seed money for the rest of your life and the other ventures that you'll have. Like David said, this is like the lifetime value. First thing you find out about the mentorship when you get in is that it's a lifetime membership. It's a lifetime mentorship. The people that are in here aren't just related to TikTok. TikTok could go away tomorrow and you'd still have value. You'd still have people that do day trading and can teach you day trading. You'd still have people that understand real estate, understand coding, understand,
Almost making
all these different business
almost making
models,
it seem
right?
like a
That
fucking Andrew Tate's fucking what is it called? What does he have? The War Room?
the what? Who?
You know how Andrew Tate has the War Room where everybody does all different
Yes.
business models? Almost making it
Yes.
seem like
Yeah.
that.
It's essentially a round table of just knowledge and wealth, right? Like, I mean, you're getting so much value. It's crazy. So I now know where I should be putting the ridiculous amount of money I already make from this so it can make me even more money, and if you're not going to do it for you, think about what you could be providing, like your significant other, the people that you provide for.
But
If
yeah.
you want them to have a better life, not just one that you're scraping by to at least call it survival, not even comfortability, but just survival, then come and do this because you won't be surviving anymore. You'll not just be comfortable, you'll be free and they'll be free and they'll be thankful to you for it. And you'll be thankful that you did and that you took the leap.
Yeah, but that goal overall is just beautiful, brother. A lot of people want the car, a lot of people want the lifestyle. You have a genuine why, which is also why I'm assuming, or where I'm assuming a lot of your work ethic also comes from. So now it makes way more sense. When I first started, my only goal was to retire my mom. So it was more of a why than to buy the car or whatever it is. I guess it is quite a similar reason for you. So, but it's been a pleasure, John. It's amazing working with you. I think every single client that joins should be more like you. And I'm really fucking excited to see where we take this. We'll do the next testimonial at 30 or $50,000 a month. Let's fucking go, man.
It's going to be sooner than you think.
Yes, sir. Let's do it.